Evening everyone, how you all been, how you doing? So we're 260 days into Trump's presidency. 260 in numbers comes to a few things. The quantum, the truth, 260. The military, the truth, 160. The Trump's the truth. I got a little flash there when I said that. Did you see that? There was a flash. I don't know if it came up on screen. I just saw it over there. 260 would also be a red team, blue team, plus art of the deal. And talking of red team, blue team, I saw F1 again today. Hey Vanessa. And it was great. And they put it on, and I felt like I should go and watch it, and I did. And I noticed one thing that I hadn't noticed before. Well, there was a couple, and I'm trying to remember what they were, but one of them I can remember specifically, and that was I've made reference to the blue team, red team narrative of how when they show a broken mirror, it's kind of breaking the timeline, almost, or sometimes reversing. Oh, there's the moon over there. Interesting. And they deliberately don't fix Sonny Hayes's mirror. And there is a bit where they switch lanes, they switch direction in the film. It's very subtle but very deliberate. And it happens way back in the film, about halfway through actually. And they don't fix his wing mirror. Just like in Tenet, they don't fix the wing mirror. Well, they could do, but they don't. And that's an indication of showing something. It's a reference to red team, blue team, doing the reversal. And then at the end they have the chance to fix his mirror and they don't. And then when he wins the race, they show it briefly, but it looks, from the angle that I saw, it looks like the mirror's fixed. Which makes sense, because then everything that he's been working towards in his life has all come to pass. And so I mentioned that because that's a metaphor, that's an analogy, and I believe that's about to be a reality for all of us that are actually good-hearted folk. Hey, you all right? How's it doing? How you doing? And so this white swan, black swan event may be a green swan, with the comets, the comms of the comets. That was good from Alex yesterday. Whatever is coming, and I think it will probably be a number of things that will cause a ricochet, maybe even a chain reaction. Oh, thank you. Then it's all divine and it's on time, and it will repair and undo and rectify things that have gone maybe amiss in our lives that we would rather hadn't happened or wish for different outcomes. And the other thing that I believe that proves that is the numbers 107, 107 comes to quantum, 107 comes to military, 107 comes to Trump's, 107 comes to the gematria, which is the language of numbers that I teach you, and 107 also comes to the word atonement. And so kind of religiously people think of atonement, Christ's atonement, changing things, and Christ's 77 power hurts, so maybe there's something to do with their frequency. But somehow the quantum, with all of its possibilities, seems to be able to rectify things. And even the word movement is 107, which is a temporal pincer movement, which is 272, or a temporal pincer movement, which is 273. But movement, the word itself, is 107, which is quantum. We've got 114 in the chat, which is frequency. There you go. Nice, good stuff, Kelly. So a temporal pincer movement could be a temporal pincer quantum, a temporal pincer atonement. And so we're going to find out soon. That's the beauty of all this. We're going to find this out very, very soon. And it's just imminent. It's so close. It's very, very close. And I, for one, like all of you, are very glad that it's about to happen. And we're going to be surprised. We'll be amazed by what's about to transpire. We've got some ideas, we've got some pinpoints of certain things that look very likely to happen if we're reading the White Hats red pilling. then there will be some specific things that will happen that will then trigger other things, and there'll be other things that we haven't seen, I haven't noticed yet, but I'll be glad when they arrive. But there will be some things that I do notice, and one of them was the sinkhole. So I put that tweet out a couple of weeks ago. 10 days later it appears in Thailand, and that'll be the first of many. So with numbers, with the films, with the white hat media doing all these things right now, they're telling us and getting us ready. Hey Dan, they're getting us ready for what's to come. And there'll be many wonderful things along the way. There'll be some surprising things. Some of it will be shocking, which is necessary to shock the world. Kind of an energetic kick, as in Inception, to wake people up out of the slumber. There you go, we've got the beautiful sunset right now. And that's all necessary because we don't mind doing our jobs, our callings. We enjoy it, it's a pleasure. But it also will be great when everyone's on the same page. Everyone understands what we're talking about. Can you imagine that when we get to that point, and we will get to that. So those that are left on the earth, if indeed we're supposed to stay on the earth, the collective of where we're at, people in our environment, I believe and hope there will come a point where we're all on the same page in terms of understanding the level of consciousness that we have access to. And we won't be talking foreign languages to our brothers and sisters. If they are our brothers and sisters, I believe they are. But we won't be talking foreign languages. We'll be talking probably many languages, but we'll be talking all as one. And that's what I believe will be one of the blessings that will be coming. See, look, there's the moon. Can you see the moon? All right, I'm gonna turn around and do a 180. There you go. So that's the moon just there. There it is. Wow, beautiful sunset tonight. A beautiful sunset tonight. There's the calm waters. The waters before the storm. The calm before the storm. And that will be another thing that will be really amazing is finding out the realities of this realm, this world that we're in. We have a sneak preview of some of them, but how about this, folks? Okay, so when COVID happened, none of us really could have probably consciously conceived of that. We'd seen things in, media and films and stuff that had indicated that, but to actually pinpoint, I think that something like that was going to happen, and until they started to announce it, was kind of mind-blowing. But that took place. It feels like a distant memory, although there's one or two that still seem to want to wear their masks. But that felt like a memory, really. That felt like a dream. But it did happen in this timeline. So whatever's coming, whenever it arrives, I think will be probably more impactful than what we went through 5 years ago, which lasted for 3.5 years. I think it'd be more impactful than that. So whatever it is, and however they're going to do it, I think it's been divinely planned for basically all the time, really. But it's coming, and so it's something to brace ourselves for, something to look forward to, and then we'll go through it. We went through COVID, we got through that, but this point, when this starts to happen, we'll go through things. It will be revealing, dark to light, but I also think it will be repairing as well. In fact, I know it will be. It will be repairing. And then the question is, what comes first? I think pretty much most things will happen simultaneously. I do think with the black swan, or the white swan, or the green swan, whatever you want to call it, I think when that happens, I do think there's some kind of chain of events, maybe a chain reaction of events. I mean, maybe, I'll put this out, we'll see what happens. But there's been a lot of comms on tunnels, and that has to happen, I think, at some point. Maybe there might be an event that kicks off something with a tunnel, and maybe they're connected to others, and it might just ricochet all around the earth. Perhaps. That would be one way to reveal what's under the earth. If all over the place people are starting to see sinkholes appearing simultaneously, that would be undeniable. They'd be like, one, Earth's done that, and then it won't be like, oh, well, this happened in the local area. If it happens all everywhere, then they'll have to come up with a reason, or it'll be shown why that happened. But then the question is how they're going to do that. I've got a sense of that, but I'll also, I'm sure, will be surprised. But in terms of the reveal of the Duns, I think that's probably something, you know, most of us would feel that that's something that needs to happen at some point. And I think that's what they're showing to us in the movies and telling us by some of these white hat directors, you know. And then it will be what takes place from there, what takes place from that. The money system, all of that will be blended. So there's things that we can't see yet, but they'll probably a lot of them will make sense once we get to those points. That's interesting. We've got 2:30 in the chat. The film Tenet, which is all about red team, blue team, inversion time travel. 2:30 is the length of the film, 2 hours 30 minutes. So, and then 70 thumbs up secret. So it's been a secret so far, but I think it's about to burst. It's going to come out at some point, and they're going to show it to us. So the magnet, my feel, we'll see. You know, time is the great revealer. But the storm has been promised by President Trump, you know, and he said, "Oh, you'll find out." So we're close, folks. We're really, really close. We are. I mean, Pappy Trumpo said it. A lot of people in the community are feeling it. A lot of you, the audience, are feeling it. A lot of us are speaking out online are feeling it. And I see it in the methods I use in terms of the numbers, the synchronicities, the downloads, and then confirmations in real time. So, yeah, we're not long to go, folks. Not long to go. And then it's game on. It's game time. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. I mean, and they have, you know, Q has said as well, it's a movie, you know, get your popcorn. So if things were super serious, which they will be, but also not so serious, not to quote the Joker, why so serious, but not to the point where it's like life and death. It will, and also as I say that, there will be probably points of that, but also not, if you can understand the nuanced levels of understanding and awareness of all this stuff. So I guess what I'm saying and suggesting is, think of what happened with COVID. That was a big surprise. The storm, the Black Swan, the reset, the pulling the plug, the draining the swamp will be massive. It has to be. And I believe it will, as Q has said, it will unite the world. And yes, it's a movie, so meaning that the heavy lifting has been done, but it will still be dramatic enough to wake people out of their slumber and to have people, there you go, Starfire. Yeah, see, Qelby did its job. It woke you up. It woke a lot of people up. And so we know there's still a lot of people, a higher percentage of people that aren't awake. There's a lot that are questioning, but they don't feel like they can really speak out properly or discuss it as freely as they may want to. But the next thing coming, the storm will wake people up. It will be undeniable. And then we can move forward. We can rectify what's gone on, although a lot of that rectification has already been done. And we can move forward. And like I said the other day, President Trump's already started referencing the med beds. Why would he do that? I can't see how he would do that now if they weren't going to be ready very soon. It's one thing having, you know, currency resets and things, which we will have, and that will be great, and we'll be grateful for that. But in terms of like when people are on death straws, and then to kind of tease them with the possibility of med beds and then they're not to be revealed for a long time, I think that's why he's held off for such a long time to talk about them. But now that we're about to go into the event that is the event of all events, that will trigger so many of these blessings along the way. And so that's another witness, I believe, that we're so close, because I can't see why President Trump would reference that unless we're really close to having med beds available. So Exodus is 88 Trump. There you go, a nice synchronicity there. So that's what I feel about this grandiose subject. It's this thing that we've all been talking about. It's the thing we've all been waiting for. It's the thing we've been working for. It's the thing that we've been getting ready for. And it's about to start. It's about to start. So we do, Evelyn, we do need them now. And I believe as close as now as possible, like literally, I believe the events that we're waiting for are literally days, weeks away. And so when all that goes down or up, however you want to view it, then that's when all these other wonderful things start to come into play. And I believe that's when things like the RV and the med beds and resurrection and other things will come in. Alien reveals may come in. That might come in later. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it seems to me that the med beds, or versions of those that can really do amazing things. Well, he said med beds in the Truth, didn't it? President Trump had it on the Truth Social. So that's massive, you know. Massive is 88 Trump. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit, as Doc Brown says. I think all of that, Darren, will come together with all of it, with the RV, the med, all of it. They've got it all planned, and we just thought it was going to happen in COVID because it was so obvious that it needed to, but we didn't realise how much of a slumber the world was in, and I guess maybe some things they were still doing. Maybe it was just literally the process of waking people up and tying all these things together. President Trump said when he was on the Joe Rogan show, see, that's the thing, things can flip. Joe Rogan was against President Trump for a long time, then all of a sudden a couple of weeks before the election he's flipped and he's on his show, 2.0 Joe, and he talked about the dream, talked about the weave. He says he likes to do weaves, and he says once it's all, and it's a miracle. The F1 film talks about a miracle. Other things in popular culture have talked about miracles. Other films talk about the storm, the Black Swan, you know. But I think they kind of come side by side, hand in hand. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like that happened in COVID. See, that's the thing, that's what happened in COVID. We've all got our experiences of what happened in COVID, but what happened with me was I was always awake, I was always questioning things, but I didn't expect the gravitas of something like COVID to come in. And I was personally very grateful for it because of what it did. Is so it squashed the world, but at the same time, as you squeeze, it's like lemons and lemonade. It squeezed out these, it activated my DNA to a certain level, where I got the numbers just coming to me like a gift from God, which it is, and that's what I've been doing ever since. I didn't learn this out of books. I didn't even know what the name Gematria was until I was doing it for a few months. But nevertheless, the downloads were coming. And so as the world got squeezed with COVID, it went into lockdown, people were released. Many of us had our gifts enhanced. Like you said, Starfire, you woke up, a lot of people woke up. A lot of us advanced further than what we were at. And I believe similar things like that will happen with this as well, with the storm. So I'm looking forward to the other gifts that will get unlocked. It's just great times. It's great times ahead, and we're really not far away now, folks. We're really not. We're not far away at all. So I've been in the town today, because I'm here on the pier, as you can see, and I had my scaler with me when I was in the movies. I had it on radiation settings, so when I'm sitting around kind of normies, quote unquote, I like to have my scaler on me, and I like to have it set to radiation. Just gives me a bit of extra kind of protection. You've got aura settings as well. You've got 7 chakras, so there's a chakra setting. Where's the aura one? Oh, there you go. Where are we? There it is. So can you see it? So there's the aura cleansing one as well. So you've got aura cleansing. So the links are below, folks. If you want to get free shipping, get $30 off, just click the link below, enter the discount code Tom Numbers, and you'll get it sent to you. So anyway, yeah, it's very cool, everyone. It's very cool. It's a scalar device, which is, these devices are the beginnings of the med beds, of the RV, of the ascension process. These things are. You asked about humanitarian funds. Imagine if everyone's got one of those. But then I think there'll be other technologies that are more potent, more powerful. But this is leading us up to these things. So, as with all of this, we get a preview of things to come. We get a preview of the best is yet to come. So, yeah, I said it's a preview of the med beds and RV. RV, I think a lot of people say it will come with the med beds. Hey, David. You can feel it, can't you? You can feel it. You can feel it in the air. You can feel it in the air. So, could be the calm before the storm. Well, something's coming. Something's coming. And as each day goes by, we get closer. But it is close now. It's. I think it's days and weeks. Not much more. So. Anyway, folks, lots of love. God bless you. I got a shiver saying that. So, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, you take care. Bye. And hit the hype button if you can. That'd be really grateful. I'd be really grateful for that. Thank you.